Hello, everyone, and welcome to my second act. I am Ruben Rodriguez, and I am here with you to talk today a little bit about how and why life becomes clearer after 50. I've been thinking about this a lot lately, of course. The reason why I'm doing this video blog. I was invited recently to a podcast, and I was asked particular questions that made me think about this. And something came into my mind regarding as to what really propelled all of this movement and all of this creativity and all of this clarity after my turning 50, which it was 2 or 3 years ago. It's primarily because I have become more aware. I've become more in touch with so many things that I had ignored. And the best way that I can put it to you is think about your elbows. Do you ever look at your elbows? I never look at my elbows. I was challenging these folks that were interviewing me and saying, listen, I don't even think you even wash them every day. When you're showering and everything and you're having a bath or whatever it is that you're doing to keep your hygiene, your elbows are not front of mind, are they? I don't think they are. So I started thinking about how many aspects of my life, many wants, many desires, many needs, many goals, many dreams were left behind because they were out of sight, they were out of mind, like my elbows. The only times that I really think about my elbows is when I bump them, I hit them with something, when it's painful or something is hurt. It brings me to be aware of that body part that is so useful and functional. We use it to extend our arms and reach, to accommodate, to feel comfortable. We lean on them for support. We do so many things with our elbows that we don't even think about. And it got me to thinking that that is precisely what happens with many things in our lives, in our goals, in our vision of how we think our lives are going to be. So I decided to take care of my elbows a little more. I even started looking at them more thoroughly and started thinking about how you can really tell outside of the face how old you're getting by how your elbows have changed. It's like the ring inside a tree trunk, allowing you to see the length and longevity of that tree. When you start looking at your elbows, you can also see how you have matured and how you have lived. So to me, the analogy has been extremely interesting because it's made me think a lot about what I have ignored because it's not visible all the time to me, because it's not present all the time to me, because it's not something that I really take care of and nourish and nurture every day. Perhaps like my face, or perhaps like the front of our bodies, or perhaps whatever is visually there and present for me, for you. So that clarity of understanding that the elbows are there, what they do, the purpose, what it serves for our lives, which is a lot when you think about it. They might be very little details, but imagine if you didn't have them or you didn't use them. It's the same thing. It is the same metaphor that applies to every hidden dream that you had, that you decided that perhaps because you didn't see it, it was never going to happen or it was not there. But the dream is there, just like the elbow is. The dream really takes you, supports you, and even drives you. But you don't see it, so you don't recognize it, so you don't give it the credit that it deserves. So after in my early 50s, I've discovered that I want to take care of my elbows and I want to take care of everything that I do with the elbows, that the reach is there, that the support is there, that the bending and flexibility is there for everything that I am going to do. And this journey is creating a lot of that momentum by that awareness being there. And by that, I mean, I started writing again. I started writing since college when I thought that that's what I wanted to do with my life. When I went to college, I thought that I was going to be a script writer, creative thinker, and be involved in everything that has to be in the media and communications, whether it be scripts for movies or theater. And I never actually did anything with that. My life took me in a different direction. And I started singing and performing and taking that life of a performing artist, and did that for so many years while neglecting my studies, and then focused on hospitality because that was the job that would allow me to continue to do singing and develop into that creatively. And then hospitality became my career. And because the singing did not take me to the heights that I thought that it was going to take me, because I didn't take care of my body and I wasn't the typical stereotype that could perform and be on stage, and people would be Ricky Martin happened, Daddy Yankee happened. All of these things were happening in that era. And I had to focus on my hospitality career, which has been a blessing and has been wonderful, and I have been successful at it, and I will continue to do so. But I also want to go back, and started going back to the root of what I thought that I was going to be, because it's never too late. And I have uncovered that I could never write then what I can write now. I wrote a mini series that has gathered interest and has ignited a different realm of possibilities for me that I never thought that I could. And I am so excited about what that is going to look like. Everything that I have written, everything that I have presented to potential producers or potential investors, and it's gathering interest, it's making me feel so alive. It's making me feel so excited about the characters that I've written. I can't wait to meet them. I cannot wait to see these characters be brought to life. And I have shared it with some of my best friends, and we are all already contemplating what that is going to look like, and accepting how it's going to be revealing itself to us. Not necessarily, again, for anything other than just the creative, alive feeling that I am living and sharing with the people that I care about, and a product of creativity that is coming from within that had to come out. Because that's the thing that we sometimes forget. Things that are meant to come out of you, the talents that are part of you, must come out. We just need to allow it. We just need to give it the space, give it the time, give it the gift of existing in our lives. And we forget to do so because we don't see it. Again, the elbows. We forget they're there. The same thing with Zumba and everything that I started to do in 2009 when I became a Zumba instructor, oddly enough, because a customer took me to a Zumba class, and I felt jealous of the instructor because I thought that he was getting the attention for everybody in the class that I used to get when I used to perform. And I was like, I can dance, I can do this, I actually can probably do it better. And that got me into going into class every week. I was very overweight back then. And I started losing weight so fast because, granted, men do have the tendency to have faster metabolisms, and brought me into an awareness of how I neglected to take care of my body, how I neglect to really face up front and directly to all the fears that I had, because I was eating my life away. I was just not being healthy. And that brought me that awareness because I was doing something that I love to do. And that was in front of me. That was not behind me like the elbows, right? That was right in front of me. So opening that awareness as I matured, as I got older, as the experiences taught me what I needed to have in front of me and see and be aware of and look at and value and cherish those moments, because sometimes we do not understand what we're learning until years after. Now I realize what was happening when I started going to those Zumba classes and the joy that it brought me to be in front of people. Because I was doing my hotel jobs and I was doing Zumba classes sometimes 7 days a week. But the joy that it brought me and what it filled within me, not because of the money, because I surely did not get rich doing that. I got rich eternally by the joy that I was bringing to people, by the joy of dance, movement, and smiles. And in that hour that I spent with many of these people that came in to dance with me, I understood that perhaps I was the only person that day that perhaps looked at them, that really looked at them in the eyes and just felt proud of them that day. You never know what people are going through. That clarity came also with age. Came after I started thinking that I could do this, and then later thought that I was the very big deal in Zumba in Miami. And after the hype went away, I realized, and I got older, I realized that that was the purpose of what I was doing. It was just bringing joy to people, giving back, pushing out, giving space for others. Now I realize that I need to continue to do that. It doesn't matter that I am over 50. Like I mentioned before, I feel physically the best that I've felt in ever. So I will continue to do that. I will continue to dance. I will continue to write. And you know what? I'm going to continue to sing. I'm going to look for opportunities, audition, whatever it is. I'm in New York City. The opportunities are endless. So I'm going to try to focus in doing some of that, getting to see where I can also expand that and perhaps look for that opportunity to make a mark musically in whatever space it's granted to me. Again, not looking for fame, but it's something that's within me. It's a must. I need to give it the space. I should give it the space. We all should do what we love to do. And yes, bringing back all of this to my professional life as well. I have embarked on a new role where I don't get to be the leader of a team. I don't get to do and dictate and provide the tools for others to do their job. I have taken on a role still in the global sales capacity, still in building relationships, in selling a phenomenal hotel product globally. But now I do it knowing and understanding everything that happens at the operational level, in the hotel levels. And now I'm doing it with a full brand, representing a whole realm of territory and hotels and portfolio that will allow me to just grow in a different direction and allowing me the space to really work on the other things and dreams that I have creatively, physically, emotionally, finding ways to give back, finding ways to volunteer even. That is something that I really want to do as well. So in a nutshell, today's conversation, it's about when was the last time that you hit your elbow and you noticed that it was there? How and what and when we're going to pay attention to those things that, like your elbows, you think that because they're behind you, they're not there. They're right there. They're right on your skin. It's on your body. What it's going to take for you to start taking notice of your elbows. And what are you going to do to nourish it, to pay attention to it, to wash it every day, if you will? Because at the end of the day, I think that's the difference of the clarity that we do get with age and why I have decided to make my second act the best that I can make it. So let's take care of our elbows. Let's take care of our forgotten dreams. Let's take care of our forgotten goals. Let's take care of the things that we really love to do that we just don't. Because at the end of the day, it's a must. If we don't take care of our elbows and we hurt them and we bang them or we lose them, I understand that that's something that we can't help. But while we have them healthy, there and present, we need to take all the advantage that we can. So I challenge you. Share with me, what are your elbows of the world? What are your dreams? What have you dreamt of doing forever that you've never dedicated truly 100% to? What are the dreams that perhaps you thought you were going to follow and you never did? Because I would bet, not a lot of money because I don't have it, but at least a dinner, that you still have that within you, in front of you, on your skin, in your soul, in your heart. It's time to do it. I'm gonna do it, so you might as well. Thank you so much. See you next week.